Hi traders, Yuri is here with weekly Forex forecast for November 25th and 29th. Guys, before we get started, quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purpose only. Please read full disclaimer in the description below. And before we get started, please thumbs up, subscribe and click notification bell so you will be notified every time I will upload new video. As a new video, in this video you will get the information for major currency pairs forecast for the upcoming week and also for Brent, gold and Dow Jones. Okay, without further delay, let's get started, guys. As always, we start from EURUSD. As you can see on the weekly, we created this nice pin bar sell signal in addition to the daily signal which was formed on Thursday. I will show it in a second. Let's move to the daily, and you can see this pin bar sell signal. I talked about this signal in my daily Forex forecast video. If you didn't watch it, come back to my channel and watch it just to get the idea. So I talked about this signal and it's played out very nice on Friday. You can see it sell off, huge candle, that's engulfing candle. And so for me, the next target it's around 109. I don't think we'll have too much pressure here from the buyers around 110 level. And also overall picture, I mean, long-term downtrend, we are in the long-term downtrend. This correction to the upside was ended, and after we broke through this level, this was point of invalidation for me. And you can see after we moved to the downside, it's correct to the upside, and here price is stalled and formed with nice sell signal. It's a pin bar king signal in the price action method strategy, guys. So, and you can see it's again confirmed themselves. Okay, it's a nice good signal, reversal signal. So here as well, it's not a perfect one, but anyway, after this signal, price moved to the downside. Here it's more accurate for me, and you can see here moved to the downside. So what to expect, what I'd recommend you can ask Yuri, what's next? So the next for me, it's a possible pullback first and then to the downside. This is the option one, but I personally prefer to see, and what I expect from sellers, they will continue pushing price to the downside and possibly break through 110 level until 109.50, and from this level it will be just pushing to the upside to correction and then to the downside again. This is what I personally would like to see and what I expected, but we never know for sure, for 100%. You know, there is no certainty in the market. So just be flexible, watch what the market showing in you, and here it was very obvious signal. So this is the signal which just jumps to you from the screen. Yeah, guys, it's just very clean vanilla price action signal. You don't need any indicators. You see here, I don't have it at all. So we have here points of confluence, as it's called. We have this trend line from the monthly. We have this zone, resistance zone from 110.60 up to 111, and we have signal itself. So the signal is the trigger for the sell-off, and after this, you know, signal formed, the next day price moved to the downside, and it's a good sign. And I expect further down moved down to this area first, 109. This is the key support now. The resistance zone from 110.60 up to 111 as for today, and the key resistance 111.70. And my recommendation is to sell on strength, guys. It's clear, and so when we have this price action signal, let's move. The next, oh sorry, just let me untouch it. GBPUSD, GBP, Great Britain pound versus US dollar. You can see there is a potential, we see there is a weakness in the GBPUSD, this candle weakness, and 5 weeks in a row we are just in a sideways in between this 130 level and around this zone. So but each maximum, not this one, but this maximum, it's below this one, and you can see we just slightly go to the downside, and on the daily it's much obvious. Situation is the same as like in the EURUSD. I mean, in terms of signal, we had this pin bar sell signal on Thursday, and on Friday sell off. So, and if you remember, I already told several times in my daily and weekly Forex forecast that I personally prefer to see deeper retracement to the downside after this huge monster 800 pips run. So now price needs to rest, to retrace at least for a couple of weeks, I don't know. And you know, don't forget about overall picture. Overall trend is bearish, long-term trend is bearish. So for me now, I prefer to sell with the targets around 126, 125, 125. And so I think sellers will continue pushing price to the downside. And this is the first area for like support. It's bottom of this ascending channel. It's around, let's line up with 127.50. And so let's back to the weekly. What I would like to see, I would like to see something like this. Let's take a Fibonacci tool. Let's put the Fibonacci and back to the daily. And as you can see, the 50% correction is line up with 126. And the next area is reversal area around 125. So I prefer to see the retracement to the downside at least to 50% area. And the next target here. So, and we will see what will happen here further, because this is the top of the descending channel, the previous descending channel, and here it will be hot point in the market. It's confluence area, it will be very hot battle here, what is expected. And for now, I recommend, it's up to you what to do, guys. I mean, there is two scenarios for me. You can sell it on, if you will see some kind of pullback, you can sell it with the initial targets around 126, 120, 125, or you can wait just for a buying opportunity around these areas. And why I don't want to sell it now, first I prefer to see the breakthrough with bottom of the channel. If you break through this bottom, then I would like to see retracement and potential sell signal on the daily, on 4-hour chart, and then only sell after the price will confirm and market will tell me what it will possibly happen the next. Okay, so the key resistance 130, nearest support 127.50, 126, 125. Price action was here on this pin bar sell signal, but I don't like to, personally I don't like to sell it now. I just prefer to wait for clear structure, and because current momentum is bullish and I don't like to trade against the trend. Okay, so let's move. AUDUSD, Australian dollar, US dollar. You can see it's a situation similar to EURUSD. It's a small pin bar sell signal. We closed off the line below 0.6812 level, and so I think now we will see 0.67 retest again for the third time. You can see here it was three times retest already, and I think sellers will push price to this area again. So there is small odds to the downside. You can see after this retracement to the upside, we broke through this channel from to the bottom of ascending channel. There is a kind of head and shoulders pattern. It's not a perfect one, but anyway, it's looking good for me. Let's take it like this. Let's call it neckline. So this is the neckline, and if you will break through this neckline, so the next target will be here. And how will you can measure it. Let's measure this. Come on. Okay, let's measure it from this. It's around 125 pips. So if you take it into account, 125 pips, let's make it from this to the downside. You can see it will be below 0.67, of course, and it's even below 0.6660. So it will lead us down to around, sorry, come on, it will lead us around 0.6645. And also we already come back to this descending channel, and it will be something like this. So as you can see, we are moving in this clear descending channel, and we can call this retracement and this attempt like false break through this channel, through the top of the channel. Like here it was false break as well. So I recommend to sell on strengths, guys. Sell on strengths, AUDUSD, and also we had this small candle, kind of pin bar, not a pin bar actually, but I mean it's a sell signal again. So I recommend to sell on strengths if you if bulls push price here. So from this area we can expect sell, and with the target here, initial target 0.67. And also stay tuned and watch my daily forecast, Forex forecast video on daily basis. And so guys, let me know what do you think, what is your opinion, what is your thoughts. Put your comments below under this video and I will respond to you for sure. I respond actually for each comments, guys, and show me your support as well, thumbs ups. And so resistance, nearest resistance 0.6812, the next one 0.6865, key resistance as of today 0.6930, nearest support 0.6750, and the key support 0.67. It's a multi-year support and it's a year-to-date support. Okay, let's move. USDJPY, the next pair. USDJPY is in consolidation phase, still trading between 109 and 108, 100 pips, and I prefer to stay away from these pairs for now. Stay aside because the volatility is very low. After we break through this bottom of ascending channel, you see it here, it's clear, it was broke, then retest, then to the downside, but price just stalled under this area 109, and so the question mark is what's next. So I prefer to stay away, just wait for clear direction. If you go to the upside, if you back above 109 and back to this ascending channel, it means that bulls still in control. And don't forget, here we have this structure, it's inverse head and shoulders, it's left shoulder, head, it's right shoulder, so it's still valid, it's still intact. And for me, invalidation point to the downside is here. If you broke through 109.8 level, so and broke through this minimum, it will be invalidation for me, and it means that sellers are in control and they will push price to the downside down to 105. On the flip side, if we will see, as already explained, if you come back here, so it's clear, bulls are in control. For now, I think bulls don't want to give up yet. They still don't let price move to the downside, but the only time will tell us what will happen. We never know for sure, and my recommendation for now, just stay away. So stay aside and on the fence and wait for clear price action signal. There is no clear price action signal as for now. 109 is our nearest resistance, next level 110, support 108, 107, 106.50. So just wait, guys, and stay tuned and watch my daily forecast video. So gold in the consolidation as well. Second week trading between 1480 and 1450 area, 300 pips. It's a quite good range, trading range. So what I would like to emphasize here, guys, on the weekly, you can see the structure. It was a bull flag before, and then we catapulted higher, and now it's quite similar, doesn't it? You can see it, yeah. So that's why I don't like to sell it now, because we can expect that potentially bulls will push price to the upside with the first target 1550. Even if you have this pin bar sell signal on Friday, you can see it here, but I don't like to trade this signal, and I explain why. First of all, it's from risk and reward point of view, the nearest support around 1450, so from current trend level, price level, it's around only 120 pips, and potential risk, it's huge. I mean, if you back through, if bulls, for instance, bulls push price above 1480 area, it means that the next target will be 1500 and above and beyond. So that's why I don't like to sell now. And also we still have a structure inside bar bottoms. You can see this is a mother candle, this is a baby candles, and all these candles inside this range, trending range. It's quite tight, and I don't like to trade it now. It could be a boost, a bear strap for me. I mean, this signal, and also this pin bar buy signal is still in place, because this minimum didn't take over by sellers yet. So what I recommend, just wait for next steps from the sellers or buyers. If we, for instance, break through 1450 level, then the next target will be 1400. And if you break through, what I would like to see, break through this level and close below this level on weekly basis. And the same for the bulls. If the bulls push price back above 1480 or 1500 and close on the weekly basis, it means that bulls are in control, they come back. And so also let me show one more trick here. So you see the distance between the touches of the top of this level distance, it's starting to squeeze. It's like, you see the length of the distance, it's shorter and shorter, and here it's squeezing. So it's potential sign that price doesn't want to go below. So the bulls are in control, and we could see the breakthrough with top of this descending channel and finally to the upside. Okay, so just again, just keep patience, guys. Don't be fooled by market makers. It's their business, it's their game, and they always try to fool us, but we would like to prefer to see clear price action and act based on the price action and what the market tells us. Okay, don't force your trade, don't be in a rush, don't have this FOMO, fear of missing out. You know, market will be here forever, even after we will die. You know, it just, I mean, no sense to trade every day. Just trade quality price action signals, and this is all you need, guys. Just, I prefer quality against the quantity. You know, that almost all traders are fooled themselves. They think that if they trade more frequently, they will gain more. No, it doesn't work like this, guys. Okay, you have to trade specifically and clear price action signals only, and this is a long-term success for you. So resistance 1480, 1500 and 1515, 1525, etc., and 1550. It's key resistance. Nearest support 1450 and 1400. So I prefer to stay away as for now and wait for clear price action. Let's move to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones index, you see it's doji on the weekly chart. After we test 28,000 level, the bulls was not able to close above this level yet, but I think they still have power, and the long-term trade, as you all know, trend is bullish, guys, and so we prefer to trade with the trend. Trend is your friend, you know, it's obvious quotes, but it works, guys. Don't try to be a hero and trade against the trend, okay? Just keep trade with the flow. And you can see after first touch and attempt to close above 28,000, first attempt was failed, but on the next day we created this kind of pin bar. It's not a good one because it's on the top, but on Thursday and Friday you see it was a bullish, quite bullish, small candles, but still we close above 27,800 level, and I prefer to wait for retracement personally. On the flip side, we don't know how high it will go with index, I mean, because there is no sell to the upside. To the downside, yes, we have a sell, we have a flow, it's zero, yes guys, it's zero, but to the upside, no limits, okay, literally it's no limits. And as Warren Buffett say one day, he said that we will see 100,000 index one time. Yes, not of course, probably not in our lifetime, but in the future, because you see price just climbing and climbing because everything is growing, economy is growing, and the inflation in the downside, and it's low. So job market is good in US, so investors just float money into the US market, and this is why we see this still continue to the upside. Of course, every few years we have some kind of recession and huge retracement and to the downside, but when it will happen we don't know for sure. So that's why there is no sense to trade against the trend. This is what I'm trying to say, to explain you guys. So just wait for pullback and buy on weakness, with the first target to break through 28,000 level, the next target 28,500, the next 29,000, and etc. So the nearest support around 27,350, 27,000, 26,000. It's in line with bottom of ascending channel on the daily, and no clear price action. Yes, we have this doji on the weekly, potential sign for weakness. So in like here, for instance, you see we have this doji and then price moved to the retracement. It's a possible scenario we could see this kind of retracement until this bottom of ascending channel. We'll see. Just keep patience, guys, and wait for market opening on the early this week, and the market will tell us what he's going to do. Okay, let's move. Brent, finally, Brent Oil. Brent closed week very positively. Positive note, bullish pin bar, buy signal on the weekly. We closed above 63 level. It's a good sign. We actually lost money here, unfortunately, because I treat this breakthrough, this bottom of the ascending channel, I treat this as a sign of weakness and potential downside, but it was false break, and you can see on the next day price come back to the ascending channel, close above 61.50 again, and on Thursday it's closed above 63 with good bullish candle. It's good closing of the line, as I call it. It's above 63, and on Friday it was a doji, but it's normal. I mean, Friday profit taking, etc. So what I expect, first scenario, it's possible we will go straight to 65 first, the next pullback, but my recommendation is to buy on weakness, guys, with the target 65, 67, 69 in the coming days and weeks. 65, I think we will test it next week for sure, but 67 and 69, it's for the future days and weeks. I said for sure, but there is no certainty, just to remind you guys. But I mean, in current, for me, it's clear that next target 65, it's in line with our top of ascending channel. So yeah, and we also, what I would like to pay attention, that we closed above this trend line from the weekly. It's important sign from technical point of view. You see it was an intersection point and it's confluence area, and here the bulls just showing their strengths and they won the battle. And yeah, just expect more upside in the current, from current technical point of view. For me, it's clear that we are going to the upside, but just let's be flexible and wait. For instance, if stocks market going to the downside, oil market will be going to the downside as well. Do you remember 2008, for instance, when it was a crisis? Yes, mortgage crisis in the US. So it was oil was crushed to the downside very heavily. So that's why just be always smart and watch to the market carefully. But now for me it's clear that we are going to the upside. So my recommendation is to buy on weakness, guys. Nearest support 63, 61.50, 59.50, 57.50, and the resistance 65, 67, 69. So that's it, guys. Let's recap. Let's quickly recap. So EURUSD sell on strengths. GBPUSD, I said two possible scenarios. You can sell on strengths or wait for clear buy signal, or sell if you broke through this top of the channel and back again, and its overall trend is bearish. AUDUSD sell on strengths. USDJPY stay away, wait for clear price action. Gold stay away, wait for price action. I don't like this pin bar, I explained why already. Dow Jones buy on weakness, and Brent buy on weakness as well, guys. So that's it, guys. That's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget to click notification bell in order to be notified every time I upload new video to my channel. Leave a comment below, so share your thoughts, just show me appreciation, and I wish you, as always, trade safe, guys. I wish you green pips on the coming week, and so start the week strong, guys, and just be smart, and don't forget to keep your journals and keep your notes in the trading journal. Okay, so that's it, guys. Yuri was here. Bye for now, and stay tuned.